Captain's Log, SCS Excalibur, Stardate 2709.67, Fleet Admiral Roger Wilco commanding. The Excalibur is on course to investigate the mysterious disappearance of several ships in the uncharted region of space known as the Menudo Triangle. I no doubt have been selected for this mission due to my great achievements as a military leader and matchless diplomatic skills. I go forward with total confidence in my ship and my crew, yet I am vaguely uneasy. I cannot put memories of traveling to the future and meeting my son out of my mind. Each night my dreams are haunted by the image of the woman he said would one day be my wife. I know she's out there, somewhere. But that's not important right now. The fate of trillions rides on the decisions I may have to make in the next several hours. As captain of the Star Confederacy's proudest flagship, I must follow the supreme guideline. To boldly go where no man has... No. To bravely traverse where no creature has traversed... It's not it. Skip it. Admiral, strike ships coming in at 0.35. Shields up. Battle stations. Lock weapons. Neutron beams locked. Proton torpedoes armed. Tactical fire neutron beams. Helm hard to port. Cadet Wilco, what in the name of the 7th star cluster are you doing in the bridge simulator? Get your sorry carcass out of there and get back to class where you belong, Space Cadet. And if I catch you in there again without permission, I'll have you tossed out of the academy so fast you'll get warp disorientation. His illusions of spacefaring grandeur cruelly shattered by Captain Quirk, Roger Wilco exits from the bridge simulator into the hallways of the Star Confederacy Space Academy, where he has enrolled himself in an attempt to realize his lifelong dream of becoming a starship captain. The last several months have not been easy for our hero, what with having to juggle time between skipping classes, snoozing through lectures, and spending long moments considering the implications of actually opening a textbook. But our fearless former sanitation engineer has stumbled resolutely past these obstacles, pursuing his goal with unwavering determination, blissfully unaware that fate was about to hurl another spitball in his direction. And welcome, dear viewers, to Space Quest V, here on Saving Often. This is Space Quest V, The Next Mutation, and if it wasn't evident by the introduction and by the name, this is probably the most singularly Star Trek of any Space Quest entry. For that reason, I did not appreciate it much when I played through it as a kid, but that's all the more reason to get into it now and see what we've got here. I took a brief hiatus between this and the last video to kind of catch my breath and get my composure, but I'm excited now about jumping back into a Space Quest game. You know, like I said, I don't have a lot of familiarity with this one simply because I didn't really get it. I didn't like it as much when I was younger. But I played through some of it since watching Trek as an adult, and I thought that it was actually really good, so didn't finish the whole thing, but that's, again, what I'm here for. So we find ourselves in the Space Academy here for the Star Confederacy, StarCon, and we are going to go on some fresh space adventures. So let's take a look around. Look at ourselves first. Or not. This hallway is one of 4 that encircle the Academy landing bay. Students, faculty, and members of the Star Confederacy staff use them to travel from place to place within the station. This aging behemoth has outlived its intended lifespan by several decades and will soon be heading for the scrapyards. The StarCon registry lists the ship as the personal launch of Ambassador Beatrice Wankmeister from the G6 quadrant. You dimly recall hearing her name once before, but the effort to remember anything further results in nothing more than a storm of misfired brain synapses and a dull headache. If you recall from Space Quest 4, Beatrice Wankmeister is the name of the woman who Roger Jr. told us would be his mother. But then our memory got wiped as we went back to our present time, so Roger does not remember Beatrice. Very sad. Astrotechs bustle about the ships in the Academy landing bay. Yeah. So again, you're probably noticing here that there's obviously no voice acting. Space Quest 5 is strange in that 4 and 6 both have a fully voice-acted script, but 5 did not. 5 is an outlier for a number of reasons. For one, Scott Murphy of the 2 guys from Andromeda did not work on this. This was actually subbed out to Dynamics, which was Sierra's sister company. And Mark Crow took the lead, the other guy from Andromeda. So it's missing Scott's influence. It's just kind of a strange thing. It doesn't look... I mean, it looks like a Sierra game, but it doesn't look like many Sierra games. Like, you know, the fonts they use, it's all in the small caps. And while we're here, this ergonomically designed state-of-the-art personnel access corridor is designed to allow sentient creatures to traverse the station with maximum efficiency. You know, it just looks slightly different. The dialogue portraits don't look like anything else Sierra ever did. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that this is just like a slightly left-of-center Sierra production. As you can see from our icons here, we have all of our standards: walk, look, take, and talk, except we also have a command icon here, and that's going to come in handy a little bit later because this will actually allow us to give people commands as opposed to simply talking to them. And then looking in our inventory, our trusty Buckazoids. Buckazoids, cash, money, spendola. Don't know how many I have, though. So yeah, we're kind of roaming around the StarCon Academy atrium here. This is the door to Conference Room A. This window looks into the conference room. Currently there is some kind of meeting going on. Will not be of any help. Your security clearance is too low to enter this room. In fact, it's so low you need a pass just to go to the restroom. Fair enough. You've always wondered what this panel does, but have never been able to figure out its function. The explanation was probably given in one of the many class lectures slept away during your tenure here at the Academy. And it won't be of any help. Let's continue walking around the atrium then. Fellow members of the tightly knit StarCon Cadet Brigade. Drop dead, Wilco. Gonna give him commands? Did your mother have any children who lived, Wilco? This door leads to one of the Academy's classrooms. Currently, the students in your Space Piloting 101 class are taking the StarCon aptitude test. This locker is used by various professors to store teaching aids for their respective classes. And here's back to where we started. Through this doorway is the Academy's bridge simulator, the scene of your latest humiliation at the StarCon Academy. This panel, when it works, allows the user to call up a 3D holographic schematic of the StarCon Space Academy. A small janitorial closet is situated at one end of the hallway. You don't have the time to waste mucking about in the closet right now. Go this way. This security guard prevents unauthorized access to the maximum security area beyond his post. This computer monitor displays pertinent information. Clearly. Oh, what's this? It appears to be one of the 9 moons of Nova. The king of rock and roll is alive and well in Space Quest V. A massive sentry prevents unauthorized access to the maximum security area beyond his post. This area is off limits to unauthorized personnel, Cadet. This means you. Space cadets are not allowed beyond this point. Fine. The Starcon crest is dull and dingy. Looks like it could use a good scrubbing. Probably could, but we're no longer a janitor. We're a space cadet now. Well, we can't go into the broom closet. We can't go into the conference room. So maybe we should just go to class. What does this say? For sale items, Academy social events, and scores for the SAT test when they become available are posted on this bulletin board. Let's go to class. Sorry I'm late, Professor. You mean the... Oh, Starcon aptitude test is today? Yes, sir. I'll get started right away. What's that? Come talk to you after class? Yes, sir. All right, the Starcon aptitude test. Question 1. Gronko is commanding a Nova-class scout ship when he finds himself face-to-face with 3 Horak battlecruisers. He should A. Surrender in the face of impossible odds, B. Pretend they aren't there, C. Activate his ship's self-destruct mechanism, D. Beam over a pick-you-up bouquet, or E. Reboot. Now, I have no idea what to choose here. I haven't been paying attention in class. However, check out the brain pan on this guy. He's probably smarter than your whole family. Currently, the Proctor-Matic 9000 is not scanning you. If you're gonna make a move, now is the time. Cadet Schleppo appears to be dull and stodgy, much like yourself. Woof is the senior class Ambujitsu champion at the Academy. Cadet Oftwaffer is one of the horniest individuals you're likely to meet. You have a strange suspicion you've seen this woman before, but you can't quite place her. Cadet Antenna has been the brunt of many jibes concerning her cranial appendages. Cadet Muckblob likes to keep one eye out for trouble, which frequently causes him to bump into things. I see the one back here. Nope. The state-of-the-art ergonomically designed classroom is engineered specifically to make cadets feel nervous and uptight during high-pressure test situations. Well, let's have a peek over at our brainiac friend. And he chose D on question 1. Well, that seems like a great answer. Number 2, when encountering an alien ship for the first time, you should immediately A. Open fire with every weapon at your disposal, B. Broadcast Wagner's Riot of the Valkyries over the comlink, C. Beam your entire crew over to their ship as a gesture of goodwill, D. B then A, or E. None of the above. Looks like the answer is E. Three, before beaming down to an unexplored planet for the first time, you should be sure to check A. to see that your seatbelt is fastened and tray tables are locked securely in the upright position, B. your fly, C. your life insurance coverage, D. the Fetzer valve in your oxygen mask, or E. the planet's atmospheric readings. I'm gonna guess this one's gonna be E. Sure enough. 4. You're marooned on an alien planet with no weapons and a killer android out for your blood. You should A. Gather basic ingredients to make gunpowder and fashion a cannon from vines and sticks. B. Stuff a banana in its exhaust pipe. C. Drop a big rock on the robot and shout "Hasta la vista, baby." D. Roll in the mud to camouflage yourself. Or E. Climb a tree, flap your arms wildly, and scream "tweet tweet" at the top of your lungs in order to mimic the mating behavior of the ruby-throated Arcturian swine falcon as a diversionary tactic. That'll be C. Drop a big rock on the robots. 5. You're on an EVA with a partner and you notice his face is turning blue and he's clutching wildly at his throat. This is a sign that A. You will soon need a new partner. B. In a burst of creative insight, he has created a new dance called the moonwalk. C. He is suffering from a vitamin deficiency and needs to eat more leafy green vegetables. D. He fell for the old golf ball in the air hose trick. Or E. A and D. I hope it's E. It is! 6. To ensure that your crew's microwave meals are heated adequately and evenly on board your ship, you should A. Wrap everything in aluminum foil. B. Cook each meal at the maximum power setting for 45 minutes. C. Put a live space varmint in with each meal so you can more easily determine when it is done. D. Huck the thing and settle for roasting wieners on the maneuvering jets. Or E. Inject a radioactive plutonium isotope into each piece of food. When it glows, it's ready. Maybe you should go scrub the crest now. Taking the test, and his answer is C. 7. If Grebe leaves the Crab Nebula at 3200 GST, Galactic Standard Time, and travels at 9.75 million ZPM, how long will it take him to reach planet Davacon 5 if he has the solar wind at his back? A. 49.3 hours. B. He will never reach Davacon 5. The solar wind is highly unstable and will blow him off course. C. 3.75 standard days. D. 4930 GST. Or E. Never. The neutron star at the center of the Crab Nebula is so massive that Grebe's ship can never reach escape velocity. E. And 8. How fast does light travel through a vacuum? A. 186,000 MPS. B. Very, 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 very fast. C. 669,600,000 mph. Or D. Depends on whether it's an upright or canister vacuum. D. 9. Which is an example of a fuzzy boundary? A. The area in space between two planetary bodies where a smaller third object is not clearly under the gravitational influence of either. B. The event horizon of a supermassive black hole. C. The place where a receding hairline gives way to bare scalp. Or D. The point at which the marginal utility of trying to squeeze the last bit of toothpaste from the tube is offset by the opportunity cost of going to the store for a new one. The answer is A. 10. To successfully accomplish a manual molecular reintegration bypass on a standard transporter unit, you should A. Reverse the phase polarity of the interface grid. B. Jiggle the handle. C. Pray fervently to whatever deity you happen to believe in. D. C then B. Or E. Switch to US Sprint. A. The test's over already? Yes, sir. I agree that cleaning the Academy crest is an appropriate punishment for being late to class. I'll get right on it. Alright, the aptitude test is over and we can save our game. It was bizarre that I got that aptitude, or that crest message in the middle of the test. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Obviously, because it just now told me to clean the crest. Let's talk to this guy. And get lost, Wilco. And get a rank first, buddy. Alright. That's the bridge simulator, and that's the janitorial closets. Let's head in there. No! It's a scrub-o-matic floor cleaner with patented sit-and-spin cleaning action. You cram the scrub-o-matic into your seemingly bottomless pocket. These bright orange safety cones can be used to discourage foot traffic while cleaning large floor spaces. You cram the safety cones into your seemingly bottomless pocket. Hey, that guy looks familiar. Go play in the airlock, Roger. Sure thing, Admiral. We'll get right on it. It seems sarcastic. Man, when I think of Space Quest V, this is the part that I remember most often. Okay. The Scrub-O-Matic floor scrubber with patented sit-and-spin cleaning action is ready for boarding. Make sure your seatbelt is fastened and tray tables are locked in the upright position. And how does this thing work? Yow! Okay, what did I miss? Oh. That part there. There we go. As you can see, Ambassador Wankmeister, we run a very tight ship here at the Academy. This institute is the pride of the Star Confederation and one of the best of its kind in the known universe. It's nice to see our tax buckazoids aren't going completely to waste, Captain Quirk. Here we are, Miss Wankmeister. This is the main rotunda. It was dedicated on stardate 09-2097.27. Ambassador? Excuse me, aren't you Roger Wilco, the man who foiled the Sarians some years back? Suddenly, it all comes rushing back. It's her! The woman from the holodisc in Space Quest IV. Now's your big chance, Roger. Say something clever and romantic. Yes. Way to sweep her back onto her feet, Raj. Nice to see you still haven't lost your golden touch with women. Excuse me, Ambassador, but we should be heading to the conference now. You're not at all what I expected, Wilco. See you around. Hold on a minute, Cadet. Looks like you missed a spot. Sir, you better watch your step. The floor's still really wet and just a little bit... slippery. Nice rug, Quirk. Is that a toupee or a roadkill? You did that on purpose, Wilco. I am placing you on double secret probation. One more screw up and your space cadet days are over. You don't want to pick up the cones up. You don't pick up the cones up. You don't want to pick the cones up. The floor is still wet. Huh? What was that? Excuse me, Captain. You didn't raise your hand. Now, as I was saying, Ambassador Wankmeister, we are a fairly remote installation, and I simply can't spare the ships to launch the kind of operation you suggest. I'm afraid you don't understand the potential ramifications of this problem, Admiral. If the Sludge Bandits continue to illegally dump toxic waste wherever and whenever they choose, the environmental consequences could be staggering. Entire planets could be devastated. I think you overstate the issue, Ambassador. Even so, we have more than enough ships on patrol to put a stop to these Sludge Bandits, as you call them. Look, Ambassador, we have top-notch ships staffed with the finest crews in the galaxy. Starcon accepts only the best and brightest for fleet training. You look, Rughead. Illegal dumping is going on in this sector right under your polyweave. Our patrols have located dumping sites on 4 planets in the G6 quadrant alone. Hey, this is made from real hair. In any case, I'd like to hear more about these alleged dumping sites. Perhaps over dinner this evening? I have already transmitted the coordinates to Starcon Central Command, along with a list of suspected sites that we haven't been able to check out yet. Well then, that settles it. Captain Quirk, you shall go to these sites and investigate Ambassador Wankmeister's allegations. Admiral, I'll be going along as an observer. I'm afraid that's impossible. Regulations strictly forbid civilian participation in military operations. Admiral, I think having the ambassador along would be a good idea. I'm sure the two of us could develop a productive working relationship. Admiral, may I remind you that I am an official representative of the people of Quadrant G6 with full ambassadorial status and, as such, not subject to... Now, Ambassador, I'm sure Captain Quirk will do everything necessary to resolve the situation. There's no need for you to hinder him on this mission. This is my system and my people we're talking about here. I'm going on that ship, and that's all there is to it. Case closed. We're adjourned. Good day, gentlemen. Oh, great. The savior of the universe in all his glory. Isn't there a mop somewhere with your name on it? Way to go, Raj. Another sterling performance. Yeah, I caught the jerk trying to sneak some answers off my test. Shh, here he comes. This is awful. I totally biffed on my SAT test. I'll never make captain now. That's too bad, Schblock. Cadet Schblock. How'd you make out, Roger? I haven't seen my score yet. The SAT scores for our class are posted on the bulletin board, Raj. I sure hope you made out better than I did. This cadet looks pretty bummed. He must not have done very well on the SAT, but then again, he probably did better than you. Small group of your brother cadets. Take off, Wilco. Were you born an idiot, Wilco, or have you perfected stupidity through a lifetime of practice? Your attempts to take command of the situation did not meet with success. The generic error message. Okay, so I can't talk to him. Yeah. Okay, so some Star Wars too. A crowd of despondent students is huddled around the bulletin board. Aptitude test results. Cadet Wilco, on behalf of the administration, I would like to congratulate you on receiving a perfect score on your SAT. Not in the entire history of Starcon Academy has a cadet achieved such high marks. You should be proud. On the recommendation of our test analysis computer system, you are about to begin training for captaincy aboard one of our finest star cruisers. Captain Quirk will post your assignment. You've done the Academy proud. Sincerely, current Chief Commanding Officer's name here. Your test results. Maybe you ought to have it framed. And so, having undergone an intensive weekend captain's training seminar on the planet Oakhurst, Roger is shuttled to his new command, the SCS Eureka. Hey, that's not a starship, it's a garbage scow. Figures. Hello, sir. I'm Subcorporal Droole, your nav and weapons officer on this heap. Hello's the name. I'm your comm specialist, grade 4. Hello, crew. I'm your new commanding officer, Captain Roger Wilco. I know some of you may not be as excited to be serving on the Eureka as I am, but I promise you this. We are going to be the best gosh darn garbage scow in the entire Star Confederation. We have nothing to fear but fear itself, so hold your heads high, men. We shall overcome. All we are is dust in the wind, born free, running wild, with liberty and justice for all. So let's be all we can be. Remember, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. Go! It was the chair, really. Looks like we got a live one here, Flo. You said it, Droole. All right, let's save our game. We have made it aboard, if I can spell it, the SCS Eureka. A garbage scow. An inaudible subsonic hum emanates from the machinery on the ceiling of the bridge. If the bridge is the nerve center for a ship and the captain its brain, well then, perhaps the Eureka could use a brain transplant. Droole mans the nav and weapon systems on the Eureka. Flo is the Eureka's communications officer. And this automated computer console controls critical functions of the Eureka, but what precisely these functions are, you haven't a clue. This much sought-after seat is referred to simply as the chair by junior officers aspiring to command a starship within the Confederation. And if I use the chair... This is Flo, your cheerful, happy-go-lucky communications officer, and this is Droole, your navigation and weapons officer. Well, let's issue Droole a command. Let's go to regular speed. Might help if we pick a destination first. Let's lay in a course. We need clearance before we do that, sir. I guess I have to have them open the door. Let's see. Okay, so I can give commands to my crew members here, and I can just talk to them using the talk icon. So this is actually a little bit unusual for a Sierra game. We actually get to pick some dialogue options. So let's talk to Flo. Since we'll be working together, I thought it would be nice if we got to know each other a bit, Flo. I'm sure you did, sir, but it won't. Sheesh, who poured vinegar in your breakfast flakes this morning? My life stinks, and it's all your fault, sir. And I don't follow you. You're a man, right? Yeah. Well, there you go. Understandable. What was your previous posting, crewman? Previously, I was assigned to the phlegma, sir. But the self-important male swine, I mean captain, and I didn't see eye to eye to eye. He was just like my fourth husband. You'll have to excuse Flo. She has a bit of a problem dealing with male authority figures, but she's really not so bad after you get to know her. Can it, lobster boy? What happy set of circumstances left the Eureka captain's chair open for me? The Eureka's previous commanding officer accidentally fell out of the airlock without a spacesuit. That's terrible. If you say so, sir. Okay, and that's everything from Flo. Let's talk to Droole. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Droole. My personal life is none of your business, sir. I'm just trying to create a friendly atmosphere here, Subcorporal. We may be together for a long while. Doubtful, sir. How long have you served on the Eureka, Subcorporal? Too long. As soon as my tour is up, I'm out of here. Why is that, Corporal? My career in StarCon hasn't exactly skyrocketed, sir. I rather hoped I wouldn't spend the last years of it on a garbage scow. Well, maybe there's something I can do to help. Not likely, Captain. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some work to get back to. What can I do to help you perform your job more efficiently? Stay out of my way, sir. Let's check out the rest of our ship. Well, well, looky here. Our brand spanking new, squeaky clean, neatly pressed captain has arrived. I'm pleased to meet you, Please, my friends call me Cliffy, but you can call me Clifford. I'm chief engineer for the Eureka. What the? Sorry about the muck, Captain. I dropped my wrench down the head. Now, if you'll excuse me, sir, I have some work to get back to. It's none other than Cliffy, your chief engineer. This lift goes to the Eureka's pod bay. Behind this door is the Eureka's refuse containment compartment. The engineering section for the Eureka. This is Cliffy's domain, and he's more at home here than a game programmer is at his computer. This button activates the lift to the Eureka's pod bay. Beyond this door, the Eureka's science lab and transporter room. Enter at own risk. This is your chief engineer's toolbox. It's filled with the gadgets and gizmos Cliffy uses to keep the Eureka spaceworthy. So we can look through Cliffy's tools. He has one of those nifty portable handheld vacuums, you know, the kind that can't even pick up breadcrumbs. I don't need it. Cliffy's toolbox is filled with miscellaneous bits of junk and tools of every size, shape, and description. What do we have here? A pair of pliers. I don't need those. This is Cliffy's tool of choice when working on the Eureka's delicate and temperamental electronic systems. Probably don't need a hammer. It has the appearance of a turkey baster. Wonder what Cliffy uses it for. But I want it. A Schmears brand Crafts Alien laser cutting torch. Definitely want that. Thinking this might be a handy item, you take it with you. It's a large drill. I don't need a drill. This appears to be a roll of anti-acid tablets. Take those. A hot glue gun, great for a laugh on unsuspecting party guests. Can I? No. A whatchamacallit. It's a small drill. Don't need it. It's a doohickey. A space gizmo. High-tech thingamabob. A screwdriver. When do you not need a screwdriver? You can always use a screwdriver, especially in an adventure game. Let's see here. It's a pizza wheel to cut your pizza pie. Don't need it again. What did I just say? I don't think you'd be able to wrench this tool away from Cliffy. Spark plug. Spare fuse. Now I know I need that. And this device is specially designed to cut through the shrink wrap on software packages. It's a hole punch. Heaven knows what Cliffy uses this for. Okay. Let's clean up the toolbox. In order not to irk Cliffy, you put back the tools where you found them. Alright, look at all this stuff that we have now. And we have a communicator. Starcon Standard Issue PCD, Personal Communication Device. Let's check out this transporter room. Cliffy has rigged up a handy voice activation feature to the Eureka's transporter unit. Originally, he tried using a clapper, but after an embarrassing accident involving a visiting alien diplomat and a dropped wrench, he opted for the current setup. This room serves the Eureka as both a transporter room and science lab. Needless to say, this has led to some interesting experiments by rambunctious crew members on past voyages. This computer is running a highly complex virtual reality program at the moment. A Habitude brand adaptive biological specimen container. This chamber houses the Eureka's cryogenic cooler. Cliffy uses it to keep his coronal light chilled to a frosty 4 degrees Kelvin when it is not otherwise occupied. Well, let's save often. Let's see if I can transport my way out of here. Energize. Handy transporter safety tip number 21. Beaming directly into deep space may cause serious injury or death. Okay, I had to die at least once early on. I also could have died if I would have been caught cheating at the test, or I think even if I would have taken my damn time. I think that I would have just failed and lost the game. Let's go to the pod bay. The Eureka's pod bay is probably one of the least used areas of the ship. None of the crew like to come here because this is where the previous captain had his accident. This was Cliffy's favorite pressure suit until the seat ripped out on his last tour of duty. This pressure suit is intended for the captain's use. Unfortunately, it's much too small to fit you. Maybe you should go on a diet. This compartment is used to store rebreather masks. The Eureka is outfitted with a Star Roamer EVA pod for emergency repairs and rescue missions. These are the pod bay doors for the Eureka. Emergency override controls for the airlock are located on this pedestal. But I can't do anything with it, can I? Oh, I guess I can. Docking bay, airlock, elevator door, pod rotation, or intercom. Let's try the intercom. Cliffy scavenged the microphone and speaker from this intercom to rig up a voice-activated flush mechanism for the Eureka's head. When the rest of the crew balked at having to say, "Bombs away!" each time they used the facilities, he hooked it up to the transporter unit instead. Okay, let's hit the elevator door. And head back up. You know, it's completely different from every other Space Quest game, though, I mean, I guess with the exception of Space Quest 1 to 2, I guess every Space Quest game looks pretty different from the last. And I guess that still rings true if you look at the VGA remake of Space Quest 1. But anyway, the style is a lot different, but I kind of really like the comic book thing that they were doing in this game. I think it serves a really unique kind of take on Space Quest by having more of an illustrated style as opposed to like a painted VGA style. I mean, this is still VGA, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's find out what we have to do first. We'll give Flow an order, and we will hail Starcon. Hailing, sir. We are cleared for departure, Captain. We are ordered to proceed to Gangularius, PU, and Kiz Urazgabai for refuse recovery missions. Status report. Our last orders were to proceed to garbage pickups at Gangularius, PU, and Kiz Urazgabai. And that's just what we'll do. We are going to lay in a course. What coordinates, Captain? And this is where I pull out my trusty copy protection. The Galactic Inquirer was a tabloid magazine that shipped with Space Quest V. My memory of the Galactic Inquirer was on some black and white Xeroxed pages because we may or may not, we did, pirate Space Quest V by copying the discs from a friend, and he then used a copier to copy the manual so that we could use it. To my dad's credit, though, we did buy the hint book. So now here I am, 25 years later, and I actually have purchased a boxed copy of Space Quest V, both to add to my collection and to right the wrongs of the past. And at this point, I own so many copies of Space Quest V on the Space Quest collection, on GOG, on Steam, on the Vivendi re-releases from the early 2000s, and on discs that I think that I've made up for that. Anyway, there is a section in here that has coordinates. Gerd Draxon's predictions for 3010. And there are coordinates all over the background here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Gangularis. And that is 71552. Coordinates locked in, sir. Ready to get underway. Regular speed? All right, sir, but I'm going to put the pedal to the metal once we leave the station. Uh-oh. No, not again. Something else after us. Of note, I think that if you put the wrong coordinates in, then when you leave the station, your ship just simply explodes. Let's go to light speed. We are already at light speed, Captain. Good. Stars streak by the view screen at light speed. And this button calls up the science section. This button is used to speak with the engineering section, and this button sets the Eureka's self-destruct mechanism. Well, that's good to know. We're approaching our destination, Captain. Let's change to regular speed. Aye, sir. I'm tracking away speaking, sir. Well, let's go to orbit. Oh, that's not part of our mission profile, Captain. Fine. Activate RRS. Aye, sir. The refuse retrieval system? Captain, I'm picking up a lifeform reading in the waste compartment. Captain, you'd better come down here. There are some strange scratching and whining noises coming out of the trash bin. Interesting. There's definitely something in there, Captain. Could be dangerous. You go first. What the? Hey, he's a cute little bugger. I think I'll keep him. I'll call him Spike. Hey, where you going, little fella? It has the appearance and aroma of rotting garbage. My, what a lovely smell you've discovered. Nah, I'm sure Cliffy won't mind cleaning it up. All right. Hey, thanks for leaving me this mess back here for me to clean up. Real captain-like of ya. That little acid-piddling beastie you turned loose is roaming around burning holes and everything. You'd better take care of him fast before he eats through the hole and kills us all. Yeah, we need to deal with Spike. Spike, heal, boy, heal! A gaping hole has been eaten in the deck. I don't remember how to capture Spike. Much of the Eureka's critical machinery is inconveniently located in cramped service tunnels like this one. The wiring chart indicates this fuse controls the main transporter power coupling. Scrutinizing the diagram below the power bus, you see the word lighting on the schematic next to this fuse. The unenlightening phrase VGA-EGA interlock appears on the diagram next to this fuse. There is a smudge on the diagram that partially obscures the writing next to this fuse. Hour supply is all that's visible of the description. The description for this fuse is cockpit glazing blemish removers. This diagram claims the fuse is the life support systems. So I don't think this is important just yet. But sooner or later I'll have to replace a fuse. Well, let's sit back down. Captain, you gotta do something. That critter of yours is making Swiss cheese out of my deck back here. I'm getting mighty tired of fixing the floor. I don't even remember if I can do something about him now. But, you know, I can dump garbage again. I know I have to put him in the habitude tube at some point. Nah, I'm too tired to talk just now, Cap'n. Give me a break, Cap'n. I'm beat. Alright, fine. Let's head back up. Yeah. You rang? Status reports. Captain, that acid squirting critter of yours is loose down here. Anything else, Captain? More power. She can't take much more of this, Captain. I've always wanted to say that. Anything else, Captain? Forget it. Well, I honestly don't even know if I can do anything about Spike just yet. Feel like I should be able to do something. Considering how he reminds me about it all the time. Well, let's just proceed on to our next destination. It's worth it running back and forth just to see all the different ways that Droole is loafing. Very 90s. Looks like he's reading a Mad magazine or playing with one of those portable Radio Shack games. God, those things were terrible. But I wanted them all. Okay, anyway, let's check out... Let's see, what was the other one? PU 92767. Coordinates locked in, and let's go to light speed. We're approaching our destination, Captain. Back to regular speed. Aye, sir. I'm tracking a waste beacon, sir. Activate that RRS. Captain, I'm intercepting a rather unusual message on Starcon Priority Frequency 2. I'm putting it on screen. Maggot to Dung Heap. Come in, Dung Heap. Maggot to Dung Heap. Come in, Dung Heap. This is Dung Heap. What in the Pleiades are you doing on this frequency? We have a really hot load of goods that needs to be disposed of right away. I thought I told you never to call me here. Meet me at the usual place and we'll discuss it. Dung Heap out. I'm sorry, Captain, but I wasn't able to pin down the source of the transmission. The plot sickens. Well, we have one more place to get to, and that is Kiss Your Ass Goodbye. So let's find those coordinates on my space map. Knew that I was going to have to do this. Should have just left the page open. Okay, there we go. KU is 20011. Coordinates locked in, sir. Ready to get underway. Aye, sir. What was that? We've been hit by a proton torpedo. A tractor beam is locked onto us, Captain. We're being pulled in. But by whom? Get us out of here, Droole. Helm not responding, sir. Weapon systems inoperative. We're being hailed, sir. I'm putting it on screen. Roger, Wilco. Under the authority of ERGS, Extensively Revised Galactic Statute 2564.45, Chapter 4123, Subparagraph 23, I hereby command you to beam down and surrender your person for arrest. Failure to comply with these instructions will result in the destruction of your ship and everyone aboard. Looks like the Gypazoid Novelty Company still hasn't forgotten about that little piece of mail fraud you pulled on them back in Space Quest 2. I thought all this was over with after I had that run-in with Arnoid on the planet Fleabutt a few years back. You thought wrong, human. It just goes to show, never send a mandroid to do a womanoid's work. Can't we just come to some kind of arrangement? Beamed down to the planet, your body will be disassembled and sold to various biotechnology firms to pay interest and collection fees. I am scanning your ship. Any attempt at escape or subterfuge will result in the immediate annihilation of your ship and crew. You have 5 standard time units before I destroy your ship, Roger, Wilco. I think she means business, Captain. I agree, and could you hurry up and beam down, sir, before she gets impatient and blows us all up? Well, Shouldn't you be going now, sir? I'll make sure your family is notified should anything unfortunate happen. I don't feel like chatting at the moment, sir. You rang? Forget it. With alacrity, sir. Well, she's not gonna get me without a fight. Whatever you say, sir. Been nice knowing you. What in tarnation is going on, sir? Who locked a tractor beam onto us? An Annihilator android is after me for something I did a long, long time ago, Cliffy. She's threatening to blow the ship up if I don't beam down to the surface. Oh, what'd you do, sir? Inhale? No, nothing like that. I ordered something through the mail and I forgot to pay for it. Mail fraud is a very serious crime, Captain. I wish you luck. Well... Energize. Meanwhile... Alright, let's save our game once more as Kiz, Uraz, goodbye. And that is where we will end Part 1 of Space Quest V, The Next Mutation. On our next episode, will we be able to escape this latest Annihilator android, or will we just become space toast? We will find out as we continue Space Quest V, The Next Mutation, on our next part. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe, like, do your thing, or don't, you know, whatever. Just take care of yourself, and thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again next week on Part 2. Thank you very much, and save early. And also, save often. Goodbye.